Welcome back to Leaders Whiteboard. I'm Ashik again. Today is our session 17, and we'll talk about a model, a cross functional project management model. This is called RACI model or responsibility assignment matrix. We'll talk about this today. Um, to understand exactly why you need this model, let's talk a little bit about who are the people that gets involved in a large project, in a cross-functional project. So we all are involved in many different um, key initiatives or projects in our companies, where the project expands beyond your one team. Like multiple teams are involved. When a project is within a team, it's very easy to plan and manage. You are working as an engineering manager. You are working with either your direct reports or with your peers or cross-functional peers who has the same goal of the team. However, often when you do quarterly planning or yearly planning, there are projects that span across teams and across maybe not even a quarter, multiple quarters and so on. And how do you keep track of multiple tasks that get assigned for that project? Which team should do what? Who will be responsible for what kind of task and so on? So there are a lot of planning or strategy and tactics involved here. Um, there are many popular models to handle it. For example, there is something called a DRI, directly responsible individual, for each task. If you go by task, like, okay, here is a list of tasks and these are the DRIs for the task. That's one way some people can handle. There are many other ways. The one that I'm going to discuss today that is a viable option for you, either you are a program manager or a project manager or an engineering manager or a leader, uh, this is something you should consider. This is RACI model. So here is an example of a hypothetical cross-functional project in your organization and in your company. And you will see that this project has many tasks, and those tasks can be divided into 4 different type of people in different capacities or in different contexts. Those are RACI. So let's see what's the first category of people who are involved in this cross-functional project out of these multiple teams. The first is R, people who are responsible for the tasks in that project or particular task or a set of tasks in that project. The responsible peoples are actually those who execute the task, who are supposed to deliver it hands-on. Basically, they are executing in the trench. They are actually doing the task. These are responsible people are the persons who is or are responsible for the execution of or a part of a process or task. These are responsible people. So in this example, you will see for this project, employee 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are responsible to get this project done, to execute various tasks or processes of this project. So those are R. Then the next is people who is or are accountable. So usually A for accountable. This is the person who is accountable for the end result of a process or task. So if you have 5 tasks, you may have 5 different accountable persons. But for a given task, what is recommended is to have one single accountable person. This accountable person may not be responsible to get the work done, but are accountable to get the work done. Means they are going to go and check with the responsible people about the status. Are they doing it good? And if the responsible people don't finish the work, this person who is accountable will be asked the question, what's the status, why this task was not done, and so on. So often as an engineering manager, you may be the accountable person, but the responsible person may be your software engineer, like the backend engineer, the mobile engineer, the product manager, the UX designer, or your DevOps engineer, and so on. They are the responsible people, while you as an engineering manager are probably the accountable person to deliver that task or that process. For the next C stands for consulted. Consulted are the people, the person or persons who need to be consulted for advice for the process or task. So these are usually subject matter experts who are directly not responsible for that process or task. For example, let's say you have a staff engineer or a principal architect who knows a lot about your system. So your responsible engineers, while designing, making their system design, technical design of the system, they will possibly go have a meeting with the principal architect or staff engineer, like, this is how we have designed to solve this problem. What do you think? Getting review, getting consultation. So those people are the consulted one. It may be another leader in the organization, like, we are planning to do it this way, divide the project into multiple phases. What do you think? The accountable person, the responsible people may go there, and the leader may say, okay, I'm fine with it, but that means you'll need a little bit extra time, so that's okay, I'm fine with it. That kind of people are the ones who are consulted. Like, maybe there is a SLT sponsor leader who is overseeing the project, right? Who is holding the accountable person accountable. So that person may be in the consulted area. So, and you will see for different type of tasks in the project, there will be many people who will be consulted. So those people who will be consulted will be listed here. Like here in this example, employee 9, 10, 11, 12. Employee 9 to 14 were consulted, right? So now the difference between responsible and consulted people are that responsible people have to actually do the work. Consulted people will be in a helping or assisting mode, or in a consulting. And then I stands for informed, the last category of people. These are the persons or people who need to be informed during or at the end of the process or task. These are usually maybe your customers, maybe your senior leadership team, SLT, or maybe the executive leaders. They are not involved day to day, or maybe even week to week, the progress of the status. They probably need a bi-weekly or a monthly status update, and they are fine. Is that project going on the right track? They don't need to intervene in between. They are the informed people. So because cross-functional projects have so many dynamics, so many things that can go wrong, or so many things that can have choices of how you can do it, multiple options, putting it under a frame like RACI or responsibility assignment matrix gives you a good hold for execution as a leader or as an engineering manager or as an accountable person for that process or task. So that's why I thought you can consider this model when you are discussing key initiatives or large projects in your organization. But as always, RACI is not the only model. There are other models also that you can use, but this is a viable one, a strong candidate. Well, after taking this model, different companies or different people try to make some modification here and there to build some custom RACI model of their own. For example, let's say you may have heard of RACI or VERISC, where V stands for verify, for example, let's say, or RACI VS, again, verifier and signer. Or another model is DACI, DACI. They are changing this responsible, accountable, consulted, and informed into 4 different ones: driver, approver, contributors, and informed. Very similar to RACI. It's just they are using different wordings. Or another model is RACIO, responsible, accountable, consulted, informed, and O for omitted. Omitted are the people who are identified as not being involved, or they will be kept out of the loop, that kind of thing. So there are other minor variations of this, but I think as long as you remember RACI, and then you can figure out for your project or your organization or your what is the right model for you. So, and then you can customize on your own. So this is what I thought to check with you today is that what kind of model you use in your cross-functional project. Apart from your regular sprint deliverables, that is particularly for a scrum team or your team, but when it comes cross-functional collaboration, how do you manage it? How do you handle it? There are many other models. If can you tell me what model you are using in your company, or have you used RACI, or are you considering after watching this video that whether you'll evaluate it or not? Yeah, this will be good to know for me. Please ask your questions in the YouTube video comments and I'll get back to you with answers. And if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to this channel so that when I upload a new episode, you automatically get notified. Thank you so much and have a nice holiday season and a happy new year. Bye.